The next user submission indicates we oftentimes have large consolidating schedules in the back of our reports, typically displayed landscape on 11 by 17 paper due to the large number of columns. When companies add new entities, adding another column to these back schedules, we frequently find the table doesn't fit anymore to the page. In the past, we've been told that we have to manually play around with column widths, font sizes, etc. to make the table fit. We're wondering if we have the option to change print settings to fit the page in these circumstances instead, or perhaps you have a better recommendation for how we can add more content while we're still presenting on one page. Unfortunately, we do not have a fit-to-page feature. If you want to keep the entire table on one page, it is necessary to resize both the font and columns in order to keep it on one page when adding new columns. However, using the styles for font sizing and table properties for column sizing, this can be accomplished relatively easily in the design mode, knowing that it is going to be sized down. So if I go into the design mode, what I can do in my table properties is we do have the column property option to auto-fit all columns. And notice how it immediately goes down to 0.89. However, it's likely that my descriptions will need more space. So what I'll do is I'll just reduce that to say 0.6, and then I can increase my description column by the amount of space that I took away. And at this point, I would have to also look at my totals. And I'm just going to keep it real simple here and bump my font down to 8. And I may even have to go smaller than that to get the information to fit. That's the easiest way to continue to keep it fit all on one page. Unfortunately, you do have to play with both the column sizing and the font sizing to make that happen. Now, CaseView table functionality does allow for wide table printing when you're not able to or do not want to resize the font columns. This will result in the table printing on multiple pages, but when the pages are placed side by side, the rows will properly align. Or you can choose to print the table wrapped and select a repeating title. And that is available in the table properties. If we go to the main table properties, we can enable wide table printing, which gives us the wide table printing options. And what I've done here is I've indicated that the description column should be repeated so that the description will show up. And then we can choose where to put the break so that when the table is printed on the next page, we know exactly which columns are showing up on the next page. Options to keep columns together and where to put the breaks and how to repeat columns are available. And here I'm going to print horizontally, but we can print wrapping instead, which means the table will print underneath itself as we continue on.